Hello, this will be a channeled message for you for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much, and I am so proud of you. There is something truly amazing that's happening for you right now, and I mean that despite any kind of challenging situations you might be facing. I am getting a strong sense of a period of rest and reprieve and comfort that is coming in for us alongside this really effortless sense of expansion and growth. I mean new opportunities and positive change in your life, more balance in your life, more heart coherence in your life, and a really heightened sense of intuition that is going to be guiding you through all of this. Because it started with some kind of new relationship that you have with yourself. There is an identity here which is becoming so firmly rooted in our spirituality and seeing the true potential of being a limitless soul spirit. And that's why new beginnings, the theme of new beginnings, is so pertinent for you right now. That's why there's so much new energy and positive change coming in for you right now. The number 5 might be significant here. The element of fire, the great transmuter of energy, might be significant here. Dragonflies is what I've been getting. Swallows, little swallow birds flying around. And I'm getting outgrowing old dreams and outgrowing old habits and hobbies, etc. as our identity shifts and changes and we get to know ourselves better. But I mean like literally materializing old manifestations and old dreams and not necessarily feeling aligned with them anymore. Outgrowing some kind of situation that has come in for us and we want something different. And that's totally okay too. Like, it's totally acceptable to change and to change your mind, because we are here to change and to grow and expand and to get to know ourselves better. So it's totally cool to be curious about something and pick it up and experience it and then put it back down and say, all right, I tried that and I don't want that anymore. Or I have some kind of old situation that has been serving me that I am ready to move on from. It's okay to want to initiate that change. And Spirit wants to support us in what our heart desires. And sometimes what our heart desires falls outside of the confines of some kind of ego identity, some kind of learned identity that says we can't change. We have to stay in that box. We have to play it safe. But I feel like what we're trying to pursue here is a life of more peace and more ease and more joy. And through experiencing something that we thought that we wanted, it's really just showing us the contrast, which is the gift of us being able to initiate positive change in our life and to say, I want to go in this direction. I want more healthy collaboration. I want more free time. I want to pursue the things that I really enjoy in my life. And it's also okay to see the challenges that we're facing, along the way as this catalyst that allows us to grow and expand and change and to want to go in a different direction. And right now, I see you showing up as the 3 of Pentacles in the centerpiece of the reading, in the reverse position. So potentially some kind of challenging situation in a team setting. On an individual level, this can mean a few things, like just this card itself, like portraying the energy of maybe even just feeling a bit disorganized. Even if you haven't done anything wrong here, it's just maybe highlighting where we might be craving more organization and structure in our life. Mars has just moved into Virgo as well, which I think is fueling this. And there is maybe an energy of feeling like we're lacking the funds to make something happen, feeling like we're lacking the ingredients to make something happen. But I will say, these things have a way of working themselves out. And like I was saying, we're being supported in moving in a new direction here. Remember, rejection is divine redirection as well. Going back to maybe some kind of team scenario here. Three of Pentacles in reverse alongside the Five of Wands on the masculine side of the spread. There's like this competitive energy. You personally may be feeling like you need to compete for some kind of reason, or maybe just this group setting feels a little bit more competitive than it does productive at this moment in time, which is highlighting things. There is growth here. Five of Wands is a card of up-leveling and learning from our situation. But I get from looking at it too, it's like really tribal. With just the characters on the card and the color scheme, it's got this like kind of primal and tribal mood to it, which makes me feel like we're, in a way, potentially outgrowing some kind of like genetic structure or genetic behavior or genetic memory that has served us in the past. The need to compete, but we're actually transcending that and evolving beyond that at this time. There's some kind of period of moving through that contrast. But I feel like we have the technology and we have the tools in order for us to really collaborate, and there is enough abundance to go around. So it's like we're literally transcending some kind of genetic memory as a collective here as it pertains to being competitive, having to compete to survive. I'm moving more into this paradigm where we are thriving instead of being in survival mode. And this may have something to do again with these like old dreams or an old manifestation that is not necessarily conducive to our personal happiness and success, or at least that's how it feels. Because I get the Four of Wands on the feminine side of the spread, the energy that we're receptive to right now being the Four of Wands in the reverse position. This may be a need to collaborate within some kind of home setting that's not working. Maybe it's something that we thought may feel like home, but it's not. And there's an understanding that maybe our environment is just not really good for us right now, and it's not doesn't feel aligned with this new identity that we're carving out for ourselves. I do get the Eight of Pentacles as a shadow aspect. So some of you may be coming more into the conscious awareness of just how skilled you really are. That's what I'm getting. Maybe you're starting to become more consciously aware of like how far you've come, how much you've actually refined these skills. And maybe it's like, well, I've already outgrown this environment because I'm starting to realize that I've come further along than I realized. There's a lot of confidence in that. And maybe some kind of team setting that we thought was going to be the right thing is not necessarily the right thing for some of us potentially. I do get the Three of Swords in reverse as a challenge position. There is really beautiful advice and guidance from Spirit here, by the way. But again, coming back to what I was saying about like that word outgrowing keeps coming through. And I'm seeing this frozen heart here. Keep in mind, this is in reverse, the Three of Swords. So it's like there's something to do with your healing journey, potentially identifying where there needs to be more healing within some kind of a group setting, or healing internally so that you can interact with other people in a healthier way. But I'm actually also getting this message conversely for many of you that there's a realization as to how much you have actually healed, and there has been some kind of a frozen heart in the past so that we can protect our heart because of some kind of like really challenging situations that we've experienced in the past. So it's like the heart has frozen over a little bit as a protection mechanism, and in reverse it tells me that we are actually more ready to move forward than we initially realized. And there's this feeling that is like this environment is not necessarily conducive to my success, and I'm ready to move forward basically when this competitive energy is making me feel like there needs to be a different approach, or I need different people around me is what I'm getting. Three of Swords is also a card of Libra. So I get that potentially there's some kind of challenging communication that needs to happen within this situation, like some kind of balance or common ground that needs to be found here. Compromise doesn't feel like the best word here, but maybe there's some way for you to play the mediator and get everybody on side here and either create a new start by bringing a group of people together as the Fool card, or actually tapping into this Eight of Pentacles energy and really seeing how far you've come when it comes to your skills and your abilities now, which gives you the confidence to move on and like create your own kind of new start here. Really interesting about the current environment that you find yourself in not really being conducive to your goals and where you want to go. The Two of Wands coming out sideways. Like, your environment really matters, and there might be energy around you that is making you question your goals or your vision in life, where you actually want to go in life. But what I see you doing is like looking at this Fool card and deciding consciously that what you want in your life is celebration and happiness, and this like the opposite of the Three of Pentacles in reverse kind of energy, like the Three of Cups being different energies coming together and blending and cooperating and creating this beautiful happy vibe. I see you as the Two of Wands, like looking at this Fool card and saying, I want this new start, one that is like A, full of positive cooperation, and B, really highlights and does my, like it's I'm getting the word, or like the combination of words, like doing something justice. Like, you have all of this potential, and there's something about your current environment that is not doing that potential justice. And you're seeing that what we really want is the Three of Cups energy, and maybe to get there, there's some kind of inner child energy that needs to be healed, potentially some kind of wounding around the inner child, which I'm getting the word like empathic. Like, we're still in some kind of situation where the external energy is affecting us and creating doubt when it comes to our dreams and our vision, and like being able to feel safe just playing with it, experimenting with it, being curious about it. Like, there's something around you that's, I'm just getting really like, it's like stern and like negative. It's small. There's something around you, a frequency of playing it small that you're shedding. Like, that part of your identity, the need to play it safe and play it small is gone. You've shed it. And there's something in your environment that needs to be moved away from, because it's like an old materialization, basically. That's a deep realization that's happening here. And I really feel like it's creating this feedback loop in a way, because there's so much deep change happening for you below the surface, like in the subconscious realms. So you may be overly sensitive at this time because of that, and maybe that there's this like need to get away from collaborative settings so that you can go within and work this out on a subconscious level. And the same can be said about the people around us as well. I feel like we're all experiencing this deep change when it comes to our identity and our motivations in life. So maybe all of us are kind of really feeling it, and it's affecting our ability to work together and collaborate at this time, which is really interesting message. But there is a new start here because of this level of conscious awareness, and I feel like we are really tapping into what it is we want, which is that Three of Cups frequency. So how can we, Three of Pentacles, like productively get to a place where we can sustain that? We can bring like this sustainable level of joy into our life, which is a cool message. I like that. Again, going back to these like shadow aspects and this Eight of Pentacles energy alongside the Justice card. So maybe really starting to understand where there needs to be balance in a situation, something that we're not seeing before. And this could even just be on a deep internal level. Maybe it's something to do with that Eight of Pentacles frequency that says like, the Eight of Pentacles is great, but I don't want to stay in that. I want to have more joy and free time and more of that kind of high vibe, like, not high vibe, but like, you know, that like celebratory kind of fun vibe, that loose vibe, right? Wanting more of that in our life and identifying where there might be like more balance required so that we can like have a better time in life, basically. Because I do get the ponytail in reverse as a shadow aspect, which is like, is this sustainable, or is this kind of work that I've been doing? Maybe it's got me to a certain point, which is really good, but now it's time to think about like how I'm playing this out. And again, going back to that like Mars moving into Virgo energy, like it's probably a time right now to work smarter instead of working harder. The Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy here. And like there's so much cardinal energy in this reading. Like there's so much Libra and Aries and Capricorn energy. And you get the Fool card, you know? So there is like major change in terms of like our motivations and the way that we're showing up and doing things. Not wanting to get burnt out, being more consciously aware of that. And this Drowsy card is like working more with the subconscious and going deep. Maybe there's layers here that you're uncovering that you didn't realize were there, which is really interesting. Like through this healing of the heart space and this kind of melting of the ice around the heart space, it's like, yo, like I didn't even realize all these positive feelings and joy, positive feelings of joy and excitement and celebration were in there. I didn't even realize those feelings were in there. And I want more of that. Like, give me more of that Three of Cups energy. I didn't think, it's like, I didn't even know I could feel that way. which I totally resonate with, you know, like this stuff goes so deep. And there's this whole paradigm of life that we're shifting. We're ascending into this completely new space. Interestingly enough, I get the Justice card also as a gift. So that's the Justice card coming out twice here. Really heavy Libra energy and needing to find balance. As a shadow aspect, identifying where we need more balance in our life, and the gift being to actually initiate that kind of balance, have some kind of open conversation, or actually be the one to initiate some kind of conversation here. And the Justice card is very much about like cause and effect, and it's like we do this in life and we get this response. It's very like down the middle, like I said, cause and effect. You can see that like as above, so below kind of imagery here. The swords are really jumping out to me as well. Like Japan might be significant here. It's like a samurai sword. And I get the Hanged Man alongside the Justice card as a gift, which is beautiful. So let's double down on this as above, so below concept here. Continue to take responsibility for our healing journey. And even if you didn't necessarily cause some kind of situation or conflict, like Three of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Wands energy, even if you weren't the direct cause of this situation, this gift, interestingly enough, it does invite us to see where there are aspects of ourself in the situation. So maybe we didn't cause a conflict, but we're being invited to see where there is still conflict inside of us. Maybe we didn't cause some kind of like lack or disorganization energy within the situation, but this spread is inviting us to ask, where might that challenging energy still exist within my state of being? And can I observe that and work on releasing that? Potentially through the process of surrender. I'm hearing the throat chakra, so you may have to not lean on other strengths that you have at this time. Maybe not lean on that Eight of Pentacles energy, and instead have that conversation that needs to happen, and then just see what comes of that. Hanged Man energy, surrender, take a pause, and observe this process outside of what we would usually identify as. It may require some kind of sacrifice when it comes to the way that we see ourselves. And this all comes back, I feel, to the interconnectedness of all things and our motivations changing from one of service to self more towards service to others. And I feel like it comes from that place of having a full cup. Having a cup that's full of unconditional love and respect for self, and a cup that is full of joy and satisfaction in life, so that we feel like we have the energy to share that around. So there's something about our own energy, continuing to fill up that cup, allowing our motivations to shift and change, and looking at our environment from some kind of impartial point of view, and seeing how there's this process that's happening here. There's the kind of this mechanism that is moving us in the right direction here. Even though we might not see how it's all going to work out, like, it is definitely moving us in the right direction. I see, like, all of the ingredients kind of, I'm getting like characters on the stage. Like, the stage is being set for some kind of like deep transformation, like on an internal level, and there's gonna be change in the people around you, like in a way that you're gonna be noticing too. Really interesting. And like I said at the start of the reading, it leads to this period of rest and reprieve. This card, this autumn card, says release the old and rest. I feel like it must be autumn coming up in a couple months too in the Northern Hemisphere. So this period of autumn itself may be really significant here. Crows and ravens might be significant. Being able to move through the darkness and navigate what are these shadow aspects? What do I not have conscious awareness of at this time? And having the bravery and the courage and the fortitude to continue to move through that and trust the process. Again, Eight of Pentacles, like trust in your own abilities and trust in your ability to mediate, have these conversations and attract the right team, like attract the right vibe tribe or something like that. Like, there's these different facets to this reading, but there's an overall core kind of energy, and it's an energy of rejuvenation too, like energy that has been taken from you and is now being returned through this deep healing process, and through like an interconnectedness to all things, and an interconnectedness to your soul family and your star family. I'm hearing you are an ancestor of the future, which I don't quite understand, but I feel like has some kind of relevance there, seeing that you are an ancestor of the future. And feeling more supported by your guides, by your ancestors, and that intuitive voice through connecting to your higher self, coming back to like filling up that cup, which is super interesting. I get sovereignty. This is about spiritual sovereignty, understanding there's something about your purpose here in life, like feeling more safe and comfortable moving through change and moving through the unknown. And through that, there's like a connection to your purpose, which is to create change, to do things your own way, because you are unique. There's nobody in this world like you. So your purpose is to be you. Your purpose is to do what your heart desires in this life. And that's like your spiritual sovereignty. Going back to the Justice card and the Hanged Man, I mean, this is being able to see the underworld for what it is and challenge these shadow aspects, shine a light on them and move through them with bravery. This is you unlocking a deeper sense of spiritual sovereignty here, and there's going to be a rejuvenation process, like a period of rest and reprieve. And again, effortless manifestation and growth as you find yourself more aligned with situations that are conducive to your unique frequency, your unique situations that are required for your happiness, for your growth, and for this energy of celebration, Three of Cups, that we're seeking here. So it's good. It's a beautiful thing. I just want to clarify this Justice in this Hanged Man card. I'm getting Hanged Man being ruled by Neptune as well. So I think the connection to the divine is everything. I'm hearing spiritual discipline, making sure that you're setting aside that time so that you can connect with yourself and continue to meditate for longer and longer periods of time. Just surrendering to that, like going into it without any kind of expectations here, and just seeing how deep you can go into the void is what I'm getting. And I get House 8 flying straight out. It's like almost so apropos, because this is going back to what I was saying, releasing the old identity, making that sacrifice, and really feeling into your heart space, connecting with what it is you truly want. And that's not what the mind wants. It's not what any kind of conditioning wants. And it's not about what the people around you want. It's about what you want in your heart. There's going to be a letting go period. It's so aligned with this autumn card. You know, House 8, it's all about facing your fears head on, moving through that shadow aspect of self, and then allowing all of that energy to come back to you. That's the regeneration aspect. That's the Scorpio energy, House 8. So this message is quite clear. I feel like a lot of it comes back to this like meditation aspect and this allowing ourselves to transcend what we thought was our identity, being more at peace with the idea that we are allowed to change and grow. It's actually encouraged to change our mind and to grow and to expand, and just to see our current situation as more of an observer and from more of some kind of objective view here with the Justice card, and just trusting that this is all for our divine growth, and it's providing us with creative fuel and inspiration is what I'm hearing. These are seeds that can be planted in our future endeavors, because like I said, our motivations are changing, and there's something about your current situation, which is what I'm hearing. There's something about your current situation that needs to be integrated, and that's why you're experiencing it right now. Like, it's being integrated so that you can use it as a tool or a device moving forward. It's like you can put it into your art, or there's some kind of communication ability that you're learning, which you're going to need for this next stage of the plan, this next stage of your life, which is one of more effortless expansion and more balance, like feeling more comfortable using the throat chakra, or feeling more comfortable like being freely able to move into different environments, because we are becoming so much more energetically sensitive, and we are becoming so much more in tune with who we really are and what our needs are. A need for joy and celebration and fun and just having good times, right? Good vibrations. So with that, I'll totally leave it. I think that was an awesome reading. It all kind of came together there. There's like this big energetic theme and a lot of different facets to this, and potentially some kind of team situation. But you guys have totally got this, and you're moving in the right direction. The work that you're doing is amazing. So just continue to like carve out that time for yourself. Give yourself plenty of self-care. Say that 3 times fast. That's quite challenging. Give yourself plenty of self-care at this time, and just heaps of love. Give yourself heaps of appreciation for all of the amazing work that you've been doing, and trust that you're moving in the right direction, right? It's all going to be gravy, and I love what I'm seeing here. So with that, let's leave it. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I have so much love and appreciation for you guys, the way you show up and support me every day. And I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. Love you guys. Bye-bye.